Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Lauren Price becomes the latest world champ from Wales. She defeats, on a technical decision, ninth round technical decision, she defeats Jessica McCaskill. And to be honest with you, I mean, this fight was repetitive in terms of rounds because it just followed this, very sort of familiar pattern where I think a lot of people expected this, but Price was just, she's an Olympic gold medalist, very, very skillful, good repertoire of punches. She just completely outboxed the sort of rampaging cave woman that was McCaskill. And we've seen McCaskill do this before. She constantly just chases after opponents, slinging these wild punches. It doesn't matter about where her feet are. She'd almost launch at you. Sometimes she forgets to move her feet when she's throwing the punches off balance. It's all sorts of, weird and wonderful angles that even she doesn't know she doesn't even know what she's going to do next, Jessica McCaskill. But in the past, she's been extremely effective and she's had a very, very successful career. She's been undisputed welterweight champ. And I think I'm right in saying I think she's a two-weight champ, isn't she? Didn't she hold I know she's a long reigning undisputed welterweight champ, but I think she held super lightweight belts as well. But she's beaten Cecilia Brækhus twice, and she lost to Chantel Cameron over 10, and Katie Taylor beat her. But she's not. When you consider the level of her skills, which is, to be honest, quite low, she's achieved an awful lot. But against Price, you just kind of knew unless Price was going to wilt, and that's unlikely over 10-2s because it's a sprint more than a marathon. Price was just going to, outbox her, and that's exactly what she did. Price's southpaw was constantly pinging McCaskill with jabs, catching her whenever she came in. I mean, it was one-way traffic, and yet McCaskill, I guess she did what she had to do, which was to make everything rough and tumble. But Price wasn't averse to sort of having a little bit of a shoulder barge or a headbutt or whatever going in. And gradually, not gradually, but pretty much sprang up. There was an injury to McCaskill's right eye, which began to swell. Now, at 2 points of the fight, the first occasion, the ref had a look at it and he sort of said, "All right, carry on." But by the end of the fight, it was a massive swelling and the eye was virtually shut tight. And so hence the reason it went to the cards. The weird thing was, after 9 rounds, it was only two seconds of the 9th round, but they scored it for some reason. This is the rule. I think it's a stupid rule. How can you score, a round where there's only been 2 seconds of so-called action? It wasn't even action. It was terrible. It was just... why are you giving a round to someone when it's been 2 seconds old? But anyway, I'm being pedantic because I struggled to give McCaskill a round. I didn't give her a round, actually, and neither did any of the judges. It was just a case of McCaskill, if she's physically stronger than the opponent, she can manhandle the woman and throw her around and ragdoll her. But she couldn't do that with Price. Price, if you look at her, she's a very big, stocky welterweight. Big, broad back, strong arms. There was no way, absolutely no way, that McCaskill was going to be roughhousing her. And it got dirty. And the referee was separating them, and talking to McCaskill. And McCaskill was like, "What am I doing?" And then he had to go at Price for some reason. But it was all 6 of one and, half a dozen of the other. But, yeah, I mean, there isn't a lot to say. It was just a very, very good boxer against a cave woman. Someone who was going to try and, take your head off with every punch. And I mean, McCaskill, she's got 5 KOs in 12 wins. She's now got 4 defeats, all on points. But five inside the distance wins out of 12 is quite a lot for a female boxer. But there's another aspect to this as well, and that is that McCaskill, when you consider how she fights, it puts miles on the clock. And she's also 39, whereas Price has got her future, ahead of her. She's now 29, so she's in her prime. And this did have that sort of changing of the guard thing going to it. And I don't think McCaskill has ever been beaten at welterweight before. I think I'm pretty certain about that. So this is a good win for Price. And she can build on this because Natasha Jonas holds one of the welterweight belts. That's a possibility. What's her name? Ivanka someone. She holds one of the belts. I want to say the IBF belt. But there are definitely, fights out there for the future that Boxer and Sky can put on. And I'd like to see her. I'd like to see her fight Natasha Jonas. I think that'd be a great fight. I think Jonas is also 39, and she's coming to the end of her, career. Maybe she's gonna, maybe she will rematch Michaela Mayer, possibly. I don't know, but yeah, it was a good fight. Habazin, Ivana, is it Ivana or Ivanka Habazin? I don't know. I think she's Czech Republic or something. I don't know. Should have checked that before I did this video. But I've only just watched the fight. So, but yeah, it was good. It was a good win for Lauren. Onwards and upwards for her. And congratulations to her. And yeah, what a rough fight. What a tough, rough fight this was. It was scary in places. But anyway, let me know what you think. This is another world champ for Rob McCracken as well. He's had a terrific career as a trainer, of course. But yeah, let me know what you think. Comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please hit the subscribe button and please hit the like button as well. And let me know what you think. I have to say that in the post-fight interview, Lauren didn't look that fussed. She was like, yeah, whatever. She wasn't smiling that much. She wasn't as happy as you would expect someone to be. But she did. The words said enough. She's had a very, if you know her backstory, I think she was brought up by her grandmother because her mother gave her up after 3 days. And she doesn't know her father. I think she knows him, but she doesn't like him. So she said he's not a nice person, so she avoids him. And she's had a lot of turmoil in her past. So to see someone come through, and again, it's another example of boxing. You could say saving someone, or if not saving them, then certainly making their life a damn sight better than it would have been without boxing. So well done, Lauren Price. Yeah. Anyway. I'll leave that with you there. Looking forward to reading your comments and catch you later. Bye for now.